There are 5 mind shifts that I had to make after I turned 50 to start pursuing my dreams. And for those of you that are approaching 50 or even over 50, maybe you can relate to some of these things. So, first of all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dita, and I'm an award winning author and artist. And I didn't become any of that until after I turned 50. But I would have never been able to achieve it had I not made these 5 mind shift changes. It's a tongue twister. So the first one is to stop telling myself I'm too old. Like, "I just too old. You should have pursued this when you're a lot younger." That's just a flat out lie I think we tell ourselves, an excuse. I have heard people say this, people that are friends of mine that I've worked with, and it's kind of the old adage of you can't teach an old dog new tricks. If the old dog is willing to learn, you can teach them anything, and that's the way I see myself is if I'm willing to learn it, I can learn it. So you're never too old. It's just what's in your mind and what limitation you're putting on yourself. Instead, I like to tell myself, it is my time. I have already raised my family. I've had a career. I've retired. It is my time and I can pursue these things. And I think a lot of times we just need to give ourselves permission. We're waiting, I think, I don't know, for somebody to tell us, yeah, you can do that or you can do this. And I just reached a point of where I'm just gonna do what I want to do and pursue those dreams. Which really leads me into number two is people are gonna judge me. I had to overcome that. And I know many of you struggle with the same thing of what are my friends and family going to think? What are complete strangers going to think? And at a point you just reach in time in your age, I think age helps a lot is you stop caring what people think. And are people going to judge me for different things? I'm sure they will. I don't care anymore. As long as what I'm doing is making me happy and I'm successful at what I'm doing. And I always view that since I'm an author, sometimes it really hurts to get a one-star review on a book. And what I had to realize is that book just wasn't for whoever gave it that review. They're not my audience. And it's the same thing with YouTube. I resisted YouTube starting a YouTube channel for over a year. Now, many of you know, because I've talked about it before, is I've had my readers and people reach out to me wanting me to start a YouTube channel, and I resisted. A lot of the reason I resisted is because I was the fear of judgment. I'm not as comfortable on camera as I am behind the keyboard and writing a book or doing a drawing or a painting. And you just have to I just had to get past that and just start. And now I'm loving it. Love filming these every week, and I hear from people in the comments. I get emails from people. They're so encouraging, and I appreciate that. And so I think my fear was misguided because people are out there. They want to hear what you have to say. And if they don't, they're going to move on to another channel. And it's just my channel's not for them. So, fear of judgment, we really have to get that out of our head. I don't care anymore. One thing I heard a long time ago, and it made a lot of sense to me, is judgment fades, but regret doesn't. And that was kind of a hard thing to hear because I remember being judgmental when I was younger, especially like high school, I think, or even middle school. Girls in particular are quite mean, and you start judging each other on your appearance or what you're wearing and all that. And now I look back, I think, how silly that that was going on. Judgment fades, but regret doesn't. And when you get to your later years, when time is speeding up on us that are over 50, is you start to look at what am I going to regret? And that was pivotal in my writing career is at 50, I did ask myself, what am I going to regret the most at the end of my life? And it was not pursuing my writing. And once I told myself that, the floodgates opened. And now I've published a lot of things, books and magazine articles, and I've run multiple awards. And it really is a freeing thing when you finally just tell yourself to go for it and stop thinking about what are people going to think. And number 3 is some people say, well, I just need motivation. I just can't get motivated, or someday I'm going to feel motivated and then I will start whatever it is. And I'm going to say, you don't need motivation. You need a little bit of discipline. There are days I don't feel like writing. There are days I don't feel like filming, but I just have to do it. I make myself do it. And once I start it, I enjoy it a lot and I kind of get momentum. So I don't think motivation is the issue. I think it's more maybe a delay tactic, but just a little bit of discipline. And even if it's just 5 minutes, just to sit down and work on whatever it is you want to work on can really drive your momentum. Number four, I think could be at the top of the list, and that is I need to be perfect. Hate to tell you, it's never going to be perfect. I am a recovering perfectionist myself. It will never be perfect. Like today, who knows? My hair might be out of whack. I'm in the shadow. I've got the sun in my eyes, but I'm going to film anyway. Whatever it is you want to do, you just have to set aside that fear of perfectionism. And the same thing with this YouTube channel. I was so terrified to put out my first video because I was like, this is terrible. I'm walking, I'm out of breath, whatever. And once you get that out of your head and stop wanting to be perfect, things just flow so much better. And that brings me to number 5, and that is people saying, I don't want to be a beginner. I have spent my life as a beginner in your job, in your career. It's intimidating to become a beginner and to even maybe say that or admit that I'm starting. But what I'm gonna argue is you're bringing experience. So you're not beginning, maybe you're beginning a new project, and maybe you're learning new skills. Maybe it's YouTube. Maybe you're learning, YouTube and how to film. Maybe you're a writer and you're learning how the publishing business goes. Whatever it is you're learning how to do, yeah, maybe you are a beginner at it, but think about how much experience you're bringing with you, and it makes a difference. I have seen it in with new writers. You admit, I don't know how to format my book, or I don't know how this process works. And it's okay and ask questions. I think that's something I've learned to do that I probably wasn't very good at doing when I was younger, and that was just asking questions. But think about now at 50 or above, how much life experience you're bringing with you. It's tremendous. And maybe you are learning a specific new skill, but you have patience, you have life education that helps you maybe understand how things work a little bit better. I think we don't give ourselves enough credit for the amount of experience we have, life experience. There's a lot to be said for that. And I think people over 50 need to start talking about the experience we have. Life is a training ground. It really is. Think about how far you've come in your life from the time you're young. 20 to 40 is a huge leap in what you learn, then hit 50 and 60 and 70 and 80 and 90. And I will say, as far as YouTube channels, I don't know if you all have seen them. There are some people out there with awesome YouTube channels who are in their 70s, 80s. 90s, late 90s. I love listening to them because they have so much life experience and so many stories. And really, if you sit back, we can learn a lot from people as they've gotten older. Want to encourage you all, whatever it is you want to start, is just to start it. Don't let age stand in the way. Don't let perfectionism stand in the way. I'd love to hear from you. Drop it in the comments. If there's something you need encouragement getting going or have questions about. I mean, you guys are awesome with me. I'm starting this YouTube channel. I'm learning. You guys are learning with me. You get to see all my mistakes and bloopers and everything. I think we can learn from each other and encourage each other. And I hope that maybe this channel is the motivation you need to start pursuing your dreams. Anyway, I appreciate you all so much. Please, if you like the video, hit like, subscribe, share it with somebody who maybe needs this message. And I will catch you in the next video. You guys have a wonderful day.